Hello, everybody. Thank you very much for watching. I'm Orlando Ruiz Jr. Welcome to another classic horror movie review. This is my final in the Halloween movie review series for this year of October 2022. And happy Halloween to you all. It is, of course, the big night. And so now I give you my review of the 1978 classic from director John Carpenter, one of the masters of horror. This is my review for Halloween from 1978, a true horror classic. Now, this movie begins in 1963 on Halloween night in Haddonfield, Illinois, where there is a shocking opening in the film that sets up the events to come. And then the movie jumps ahead to 15 years later to 1978. So at the beginning of the film, we meet Dr. Sam Loomis, played by Donald Pleasence. Donald Pleasence is an acting great from back in the day. He was in movies like The Great Escape. He played a Bond villain in You Only Live Twice from 1967. And he's one of those actors that popped up in a lot of horror movies and a lot of John Carpenter movies. He was also in a movie that I very much like from 1987 called Prince of Darkness. As Dr. Sam Loomis, I really enjoy Donald Pleasence's performance. I think he is very relatable. He's very likable. He brings this very human quality to this hero of the movie that is very much like the Van Helsing in this story. And he's very sympathetic as well, and just a really cool character. We first meet Dr. Loomis at the beginning of the film as he's on his way to Smith's Grove Sanitarium with a nurse that is driving him there. And they approach the sanitarium, and it's raining, it's really dark. All you can see is what the headlights are shining on. And as they approach the area in the middle of the road, there's a bunch of people walking around, patients. And so you got these patients wandering around in the fog, and it's very, very creepy, especially once the John Carpenter music kicks in. And it kicks in all throughout the movie, maintaining this really eerie mood. And he arrives to find out that his patient, Michael Myers, has escaped. And that is where this story really kicks off. The very next day, it is now Halloween, and we are in the town of Haddonfield, which is where the opening kill happened at the opening of the movie in 1963. And so now it's 15 years later, we're back in Haddonfield, and we meet the heroine of the film, played by a very young Jamie Lee Curtis in one of her first movie roles as Laurie Strode, one of the great final girls in all of horror films. And as this character, Jamie Lee Curtis is awesome. She is very dependable, very capable, very likable. She's kind of a goody goody Girl Scout kind of girl, kind of a girl next door. But she's the kind of girl that the little ones can depend on as far as being the babysitter, the responsible one. After her school day is done, Lori walks home from school with her two friends, Annie and Linda. And there's a really nice scene as she's getting closer to home where all of a sudden she bumps into Sheriff Brackett, who scares her for a second. There's a nice line he gives her about everyone being entitled to one good scare. Just a nice little moment that I always enjoy in this movie. This movie has so many great little moments like that. It's during this walk home that Laurie first notices the person that's following her. And she notices again when she is at home looking from her bedroom window. She sees somebody standing outside her yard by the clotheslines. 1 second he's there, and then he's not. There's all kinds of little moments like that. There's another moment where she's in the classroom and she looks out her window. 1 second he's there, she turns her head, then all of a sudden he's gone. And so there is this looming feeling of doom all throughout the film as Michael just keeps circling in on his victims. So now it's the big night of Halloween, and Annie and Laurie are both babysitting a couple of kids across from each other, unknowing that somebody is following them and that they're in danger. Their friend Linda is having a little hanky panky with her boyfriend, and before they know it, they encounter the person that is known as the boogeyman, the shape, Michael Myers himself, and then all these people have to try to survive the night. And at the end of the film, one person is left standing, and of course, Dr. Loomis is looking for Michael this whole time. It's a very slow paced film, but there's great atmosphere. There's a great mood throughout the movie because of this great fall feel, because of the way it's shot. The lighting in this film is just perfect. The music is excellent, and it's a very minimalist approach. For people that are very much into blood and gore, this is not that kind of film. The sequels very much got a lot bloodier as they went along throughout the years. But this first film is very much more of a thriller with horror elements thrown into it. But it's definitely a four-star classic, and I highly recommend anybody that's into horror films check this one out. It is a classic of the genre, and it is a masterpiece of the genre. And it is one of John Carpenter's greatest movies. I didn't want to tell you too much about it because this is a movie that's best watched going in completely cold. So just giving you the basic summary of it. But yeah, you got a killer walking around a neighborhood that could be pretty much any neighborhood, which is one of the things that I always found very creepy about this story in this movie. So yeah, Halloween 1978, 4 stars. So thank you very much for watching this. It is the big night, so hopefully you have a nice little stack of horror movies. Hopefully you got your candy ready, you got your costumes ready, and hopefully you have a safe night tonight on Halloween 2022. Thank you very much for joining me, and I hope eventually you make your way towards this film and more classics. And be sure to look out for more classic movie reviews. I have more coming your way. November is coming, so we're going to step out of the scary movies for a little bit and talk about some, comedies, some action movies, some dramas, and we'll throw in some horror down the line because it is my favorite or one of my favorite genres. But thank you very much for watching this, and please be sure to subscribe if you're new. Please don't forget to share, comment, like, and let me know in the comment section if you've seen this film. What's your favorite scene? Who are your favorite characters? Favorite kill? Favorite moment? And please be on the lookout for the next classic movie review. Take care of each other. Till next time, happy Halloween.